Paapa Essiedu.
Okay, so that's how you pronounce it. Paapa Essiedu has been cast as Severus Snape in the upcoming Harry Potter series. This was rumor a number of months ago, and now it seems to be confirmed that Paapa Essiedu is confirmed to be cast as Severus Snape in the upcoming Harry Potter series. Now, we all are Alan Rickman fans, but I have to say, Alan Rickman from the movie to the book is a very different depiction of Snape. If anybody has read the books here, and I know a lot of you have, you know that Snape is a lot more reprehensible in the movies than he is in the books. So even though Snape, or even though Alan Rickman is a beloved Snape, and I love Alan Rickman with everything in me, and I think he gave me so much love for the role of Severus Snape, I think Paapa Essiedu has a really fun opportunity here to step into this role and to bring a little bit different of an edge to Snape. And so there's two things that I want to talk about real quick, because I'm speaking straight out of my butt, because I have never seen Paapa Essiedu in a single thing. I have not seen any of these films, I have not seen any of these plays, but there is a big thread on Reddit, and nothing's ever wrong on Reddit, where it says, if you're unsure about Paapa Essiedu as Snape, please watch this clip from the 130-minute mark. And I kind of see it now. I have to say, I watched it from the 130-minute mark, and I was convinced he was going to be a good Snape, because he plays Hamlet in this. I think he plays Hamlet. He plays Hamlet in this, and he has this weight that he brings to this role that is significant. And I think you need that as Snape. He does a few things in his role as Hamlet. He has like a family history behind the things he says. He says things with a lot of bitterness, like he's almost hiding something, which I think is a key role for Snape. He kind of has like this snarling, sniveling kind of way he delivers this line as Hamlet. Again, Hamlet and Snape seem like they are kind of similar in some way. And also in this role he's playing in Hamlet, he seems to have a tortured past, and he brings all of that out in his line delivery. And I am thrilled that someone with this much ability and acting chops can actually play a role like Severus Snape, because I think he would be perfect in this role, to be honest, right now. And so I am very high on Paapa Essiedu being Snape. And I know, here's my other thing that I want to address, because I know some people have problems with him playing Snape because of the race swapping in Harry Potter. And I have to say, as long as, I have two other things to say on this. So it makes me maybe slightly nervous for one reason, is that they could make the Marauders just racists. But within that, I think that goes against a lot of people's just innate love of the Marauders. People love the Marauders, and if you don't know the Marauders, because if you had watched the movies and you didn't see or read the books, you don't know anything about the Marauders. That's James, Lupin, Wormtail, and Sirius. Those are the Marauders. They made their Marauders map. Crazy fact that movie fans probably don't even know, which is wild. But the Marauders, if you strike them and make them racist, I think they actually could be. I think that's an interpretation of the text that I think could be really interesting. But people hate that so much because they love the Marauders so much, and people want all sorts of remakes of the Marauders and all those kind of things. But what I think is interesting for this is that this could be a retelling of the story. Now, I don't think they're going to go in that direction. I think anybody with any not self-control, I think anybody with any intelligence is not going to see that as happening in this role, where the Marauders are just blatantly racist, and that's why they're picking on Snape. I don't think that's anything about. I don't think they're going to make that depiction in the movies or in the show. So I think they're going to be clear on that. But if they do, I think that's an interpretive license, and I think that would be an interesting take on the Marauders. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I don't think that I'm that nervous for this race swapping character right here. I think it could actually be a really, really good role. And I'm not going to say this because I haven't seen him in anything, and he hasn't played it yet, but I think he could do a better job of portraying a book depiction of Severus Snape than Alan Rickman did. Alan Rickman made fans love Severus Snape, and he is terrible in the book. And I think Paapa Essiedu could kind of pull that off and make Snape almost a more hated character, because HBO tends to do that in any role that they cast for a villain. And even though Snape isn't really like a villain, he kind of is. He's kind of a terrible person. And that's, again, why I love this series so much, or why I love HBO taking over the series, because everything they're doing for Game of Thrones and for House of the Dragon, for all the other series they do, they create complex characters out of the literature and they put them in show form. And so I'm pretty pumped that this guy is going to play Snape. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe. We do Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Brandon Sanderson content here. So I think you'll like it. And I'll see you in the next one.